from Urchfab. Today's video is going to be a little sort of space-saving project for the workshop. I'm going to be making a base plate for my tube bender because I've got a couple of roll cages I need to do in the next few weeks. I don't want to have this permanently fixed to the floor, so I'm going to make like a kind of quick release mount in the floor where I'll have a plate that stays permanently bolted to the floor, and then this will just bolt to the plate. I'm going to have it sort of just in front of the ramp here so that I can have a car come in the door, bend all the tube at this end, and it should work quite well with the space. So I've drawn up something, I'll show you what we got. Alright, so this is what we got. So this will be the plate that's bolted into the floor through these four corners, and they're going to be countersunk. So the top of this is going to be just flush, and then on the back of these holes you'll have four nuts welded on with the bolts sticking out, and then you'll be able to just like loosen the bolts a little bit, and this will actually twist. You'll just drop these bits over the top of the bolts, twist it, and then just nip the nuts up, so you won't actually ever have to take the bolts all the way in and out. And then obviously once you've got it off, just nip them back down. But yeah, that's the idea. Okay, so this is going to be fixed to the floor with some countersunk thingies. I don't have a countersink anywhere near big enough for that, but we'll work that out in a minute. These will have captive nuts on, and then that will just swivel and lift off, and you can leave the nuts in. But I've made a bit of a cock up and not made these holes big enough for the shoulder on the bolt. So rather than drill that out and ruin my step drill, because plasma cut hole you get a really hardened edge to it, I'm just going to grind a little bit off the edge of these instead. Right, well that works a treat. I'm just going to grind this drill bit, it's the biggest one I got, to the same angle as these, and use that as a countersink. It's actually still not big enough for that, so I have to grind a bit off the edge of these bolts as well to get them to the width of that. I wait months and months and months for summer to come round, then summer turns up and I'm allergic to it. Let's give her a go. Gonna do this in the pillar drill. This can be mounted into the floor. I should have just used M10 for these. Didn't really need to be that big. And then wouldn't have had to countersink it so much. So yeah, but it'll be fine. So yeah, I can drill this into the floor with these. And then we'll have to drill some little holes just to enough space for the nut to go in and the bolt to poke through a little bit. I welded that on with the pulse MIG settings on this old beast, and it works really well on thicker plate, and you don't get any spatter or anything, or very little. That worked a treat. Oh, you can actually have it that way. It'll go 90 degrees that way, but obviously it can go any which way you want it. Alright, that is another little job out of the way. I've just re-altered the drawing and cut these out because these are for a mate of mine with some bigger holes, and then I'll countersink these for M10 Allen key bolts so that I've got a countersink big enough for the bolt and I won't have to grind the edge of the bolt down. But if this is something that you would you think you might want to buy for your workshop as a little space saving thing, then leave a comment if you would actually buy one, and you know, if there's people that want them, I will put some little kits together and put them up for sale on the shop. I don't really know price, what it would cost, but if enough people want them, I'll work something out. Yeah, that's going to be it for this little project. Thanks to Rob, Extreme Plasma, for he's been supplying me with materials for doing these little projects, so thanks to him for that. But yeah, that's it for this one. Cheers for watching. See you on the next one.